Good evening. You've had a good week so far. Mine has been pretty good. Uh, Although, even the past 3 weeks or so have been filled with but intense street racing, point to point checkpoint um, races with stakes. I think involved conquering cities and people getting kidnapped and a bunch of heads doing their one note personalities at us. So this week, it's gonna kick back, relax, and take it easy in BeamNG.drive. It's a vehicle simulator developed by guess who? BeamNG. Says the most comprehensive vehicle simulator. If you go to their Steam page, they talk about how every part of a car is rendered in real time, and a lot to. It looks like there's a lot to do here, but I think just for tonight, I just wanna get out there and cruise. And I did start this up. Did start this up a little bit before just to make sure everything was in order, and I'm kind of glad I did because unsurprisingly enough, this game is this software is a bit of a resource hog. Even on medium, it was doing the thing where it was loading like bits and pieces at a time. So you see just like parts of the environment just get rendered in the car, kind of like just spontaneously appear piece by piece. It's kind of fun to look at. Hey, hello, Zinc Z3K, welcome. Oh, whoops. I don't think that happens in real life. I'm sure that's just a product of the engine. Yeah. How are you doing? I am doing pretty well for being middle of the week. I'd say it's been pretty chill so far. Yeah, life has been good. Work has been good. How are you? How are you tonight? It's good. Indeed it is. Just chilling tonight, just driving around this game. Checking out their rendition of East Coast USA Industrial Town. I'm also good. You ate today, right? Yeah, I ate today. I had salad. It was like salad with chicken strips. Just put those together. It's like one of my favorite quick time meals. Just like get a bag salad, heat up some chicken strips, some raspberry vinaigrette. It's a great combo, especially the one I have. It's like walnut raspberry vinaigrette, which is it goes well together. It's good. Also, yeah, it is. Have you eaten anything? I assume you have. Of course, I could be assuming wrong. This industrial town of East Coast USA feels pretty accurate to places I've been, especially when you get to those smaller towns and out of the way. Especially this part here, just like drop off into that canyon with the river on the bottom. Got the bridge here, it's real scenic road. Ooh, a loaded big potato. That sounds tasty. Hey Azure, hello Molecular Shadow Fox. Good to see ya. Ooh, see now we're getting some good countryside driving here. Just you're just driving down the road, you see random buildings on the side, and like, oh, fascinating. How's it going? It's going pretty well. Had a pretty good week so far. Made it to the middle of the week, so can't complain, all things considered. How are you tonight? Yeah, poor F-150 has had a rough time already. Haha, yeah, it has. It's realistic damage modeling for you. Did read up about it, and one of the things they said was like, yeah, don't try to do any of those jumps that you might do in another racing game, because this one with the more realistic physics, you're gonna end up like wrecking the underside of the vehicle with that. I can definitely see that being a thing. Oh man, this is taking me back. I think I was in college. I used to commute from like one city to another, and my trips would include a lot of these like backcountry roads driving. So yeah, you just be driving down this two-lane road, one on each side, and just like, you know, most of the time it's just scenery around you. Occasionally you'll drive it by a building. And at least me, I always just wondered, man, what must it be like for those folks, especially if it's like a store or just a house or maybe a farm. Well, I know what a farm does. My grandparents owned a farm, so I'm well versed with that life. But yeah, it's not like a store or just like a random municipal building or something like that, utilities building. It just fascinates me. Pretty good, thanks. Just been collating information on my Forza car so I can put together my final leaderboard lap times. Ooh, like a good data gathering. Back roads are single track with ditches on each side. Ooh. I mean, some of the roads around in the U.S. can be like that too. Those are like the really far out there roads that are like not close to a town or a city or anything like that. Yeah, if you run off the road in those, then you're gonna be waiting for a while. Occasionally, you'll get like a guardrail or a stone barrier or something, but yeah, we definitely do not have any lack of roads with ditches on the side. That's how my first car ended up in a ditch upside down. Ooh, ow, man. It's gotta be real frightening. Oh man, look at that. East Coast, am I right? This must be one of must be like New Jersey or Delaware or something like that. Forward wheel drive, lead foot equals a bad time. Ooh, yeah. Must admit, this is my lack of gearhead experience speaking, but is forward wheel drive or rear wheel drive usually better if you have to get like one of those? I know most people, whoops, would probably prefer to get like all wheel drive, but if you had to get like forward or rear, which one would work out better for you? And yeah, this car is pretty banged up. It's a good thing this is a simulation. Personally, I prefer rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Ah, okay. Hey, you know what? Let's go into the forest here. See what's in here. See if we can perhaps go over the river through the woods. Oh, definitely going through the woods. I think we went over the river not too long ago, so right tracks. My car is rear-wheel drive, but is a bucking Bronco if I turn traction control off. Oh, man. Just wants to shred the tires. Oh. Yeah, that's always something to consider, right? Just want to get out there and have a joyride, but sometimes it comes at the expense of your durability of your parts. Forza Horizon this ain't. I mean, definitely not. Definitely struggling to try to drive across the field here, as it probably should be. I wonder if the damage model means that driving over dirt, like, damages the underside. Guess I'd have to, like, bounce something super fierce. Or maybe do that. Imagine if that incline change were any steeper. Or I wrecked this car. Great deals, fresh cars. Guessing there used to be something here. It's the AMG way to go sideways, haha. For my testing on this, the damage can get real critical. Yeah, I can imagine. They did say it was the most realistic vehicle simulator out there, so... They didn't make they didn't let you make things go sideways, then... What's the point, right? Oh man, a bus stop just out in the countryside. Once you start bending track rod ends and steering racks, it gets hard to keep it straight. Oh. Saying the longer I drive this, it's just gonna happen, because I'm just gonna inevitably run into things. Well, this is just a oh, just like that. This is a game. I can already tell this is a bit trickier. Ooh. I don't think I'm going to recover from this. Don't think I'm going to recover from this. Maybe if I move it a bit more sideways. I remember once I was on an endurance track and ended up with just a rolling chassis with an engine. It shed the body. Ooh, man. Alright. Let's see if I can... perhaps... up here. Man. The East Coast map is larger than I thought it would be. Fast travel. Ah, here we go. Quick travel. Alright, okay, well, I got mouse control, so I can just click that. Ooh. And they fixed my car up, too. By the HUD there, looks like you broke the drive shaft. Huh. Oh, track. Considering how I went downhill kind of hard there. Ooh. I do like this navigation they got here. Just arrows on the ground and then arrow in the air when you need to go left or right. Get your redneck on with that truck. I know. Indeed. I do know there's other vehicles I can drive, but figure if I'm gonna go off-road a little bit, then as well take the truck. I'll probably switch vehicles. I'll probably switch a couple of vehicles here. Extended quad cab version of that is fun. Keep that in mind. Meantime, I'm just going to continue marveling at this East Coast USA map here. See? Yeah, there you go. Is there ditch over here? I know whenever the news comes on, I'll occasionally see a report about yet another car that's fallen into a ditch. I'm like, by the way, you can tune your cars in the menu. Is that so? Let's see. I think it's vehicles? Or config. Vehicle config, maybe? Yeah, I see it here. Tuning. Yeah. Ooh. And if I were more of a gearhead, this would make sense to me. Maybe I'll ask my older brother about it. I think I mentioned this already, but he's pretty good. He's pretty knowledgeable about cars. So, oh. The parts tab lets you change the body and stuff. Ooh. So, get in there. Parts. Oh yeah, license plate design. Ah, look at that. California, Germany, Hawaii, Italy, Maine, New Zealand, Texas, Utah. Oh. I guess East Coast USA is based off of Maine, considering they have a Maine plate. Yeah. Paint design. Ooh, sorts of liveries here. Let's go with the old paint, just to match the mood of East Coast USA here. One of those towns where, you know, everybody knows each other's name, and you know, everyone's been there for a while, kind of set in their ways. Go frame. Go with a real worn-in truck that's had a hard life. Yeah, you know, 20 long years. Old Faithful over here just hasn't let him down. Been transporting things for eons. That. Oh, and this is the color here. It's a little bit more sky blue. Like I have paint 1 and paint 2. Paint 2 is... Oh, no, I see it down here. Okay. Paint 2 is the underside. Got it. Couple of dogs at the back and a toolbox and all that. Yeah. Some random parts. Maybe a tire in there as well. All strapped down, of course. You definitely want to have all that strapped down. Let's see. What's color 3 do? Ooh. Hey. Just hear that sound get louder as you get close. I would get super spooked if I had to like get under a running vehicle, like for multiple reasons. Just, you know, just having multiple points of things that could, you know, do severe harm to me. Just freak me out too much. And then, oh, I can save and load. Let's name this cool. And save. Whoa. I think game switched windows real quick to like save a bunch of images and stuff. Ooh, you can change the environment as well, so alright. Weather. Yeah, I like temperamental weather. Gravity. Oh boy. And simulation speed. Tire marks. I'll make it afternoon. An afternoon drive. Of course there's a photo mode. My apps. Alright. Maine seems like one of those states that simultaneously both sounds like a real laid-back place and also potentially could be like really creepy. I blame all the books and TV shows for the latter part. It's just nothing like quite a bit of isolation to kind of unsettle you, right? Knowing that help is way too far away to be of any meaningful use. Those endurance tracks you can download can be pretty fun. Seeing how long your car can last before falling apart. Aha. Yeah, I'll check out some of the workshop stuff on here too. Sounds like it'd be a real kick real kick to try around. It's got that Deliverance vibe. Yeah, it does. Deliverance, or I don't know. Imagine like some sort of cosmic horror story happening in unseeming town, Maine, USA. Yeah. So when you're driving through this not completely paved over road, just like, yeah, wow. We're really reaching the far reaches of civilization here, aren't we? Alright, come across a bridge like this, and it's like, oh man, look at the rust and the wood, and they're like, oh man, how long has that bridge been here? You see someone playing a banjo, run. Run hard, run fast. Haha, yeah. Oh my god. Actually reminds me of, what is it? The one box art that will always stand out to me is that the US any version of, like, I think it was Phalanx on the SNES. I remember reading an article about that. I was just like, yeah, we just wanted to do something like completely random, and so they just had like a guy playing a banjo on it. Like, yeah, absolutely no relation to the game. They just put a guy playing a banjo on it because they could. And they put like was the ship from the game too, but you know, guy on banjo just sends me right. And it's just like, screw it. Guy with banjo. Just putting that on the box. Oh, is this a different bridge? Oop. Yeah, I remember that one. It was on AVGN's vid of worst box art. As it should be. Imagine a box art that tells you less about the game than that. You think guy with banjo would show up in the game somewhere, but clearly he does not. I imagine if you really wanted, could like have a series where, like, I don't know, some sort of eldritch horror takes the form of guy playing banjo, because that's what the human mind will comprehend, or something like that. That would probably be a fun spin on it. Hey, why don't we go mountain driving here? Oh boy. I think there was like one place I was going to for a job interview where I had to take mountain roads like these, and let me tell you, it was a little harrowing. Thankfully, wasn't quite as harrowing as this, because the road I was on was paved over, had railings, but you know, one side pretty close, steep drop off. Kind of just let you know, yeah, you better be like super duper extra careful, cause mistake here, it's gonna be a lot more costly than it would usually be. Just let gravity take us down from here. Gravity, you take it from here. Say gravity. No, I'm not gonna say gravity take the wheel. I'm still gonna steer this thing. You can see why y'all drive big pickups over there. Well, yeah, if you're driving in like you're driving in like a region that has lots of dips and hills and inclines and declines and things like that. Yeah, you probably want to drive a car with a bit of strength to it, a bit of horsepower. The South in particular. Any especially mountainous region probably gets you a vehicle like this. Oh boy. See, this is like more reminds me of when I took a trip in Vietnam. Because this is probably more accurate to how driving was like over there sometimes, where there was no railing, and yeah, you look over to the side, oh my god. Giant steep drop off there, and nothing quite there to kind of help you out should you, you know, should things go south. Kind of like that death road in Bolivia. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, this is what my hubris gets me. Tried to get over a rock that was perhaps a bit too tall for the clearance here, and now I'm stuck. It's for real life. The node grabber will help you. Let's see. Shift and right mouse button. Try that. Holding shift. Holding shift. I am holding the right mouse button. I was just doing this like swinging the camera around. Oh, control. It's like control's doing it. This. Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Who needs drivetrains? We got the power of the force on my side. I'm gonna end up wrecking this thing. Before I get it off the rock. There we go. And move the mouse wheel to adjust the force. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Yep. Strength 45%. Okay. I think we're in a drive-away state. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's continue along this mountainside cruise. Best we can. Oh. Stop by another rock. Alright. Oh. End up ripping that bumper clean off. And again, at least fits the aesthetic of the truck, right? Old and worn, it's gonna have some bends and bumps in places. See some spots of rust. Sometimes you'll have to use the node grabber to pull off body parts to drive. Oh man. It's like those TV shows where, Or no, reminds me of the old episode of like Robotech where was one of the mecha's legs like gets caught in gets caught in something and they had to like dislodge the yeah, they had to like let go of the leg to keep moving. Had that happen a lot. Door ends up wedged under the wheel. Okay, now I'm just tearing this apart. I mean, the game did say this engine is starved of oil. Oil pan is damaged. Oil's low. So it's probably a miracle that this car is still running at all. Oh boy. Let me tell you. I may not be the most knowledgeable in cars, but at least I understand, you gotta do an oil change every now and then to a car. I've read too many horror stories about people who do not seem to understand that, they take their car in for a checkup. Someone takes a look at it and is like, oh, by the way, did you ever, like, change the oil for your car? Yeah, and they'd be like, wait, you had to do that? And of course, their engine is just damaged beyond repair at that point. Like, oh man. Yeah, those oil pans are like paper. Keying on an eye on your engine heat, cause it overheats, it's game over. Oh boy. Yeah, something tells me this mountain drive here might be a wash. Let's see if I can perhaps well, we'll find another spot. That's bus mode. Oops. Go places. The sawmill. Travel there. Might use to dually all-wheel drive version of that truck. Ah, you know what? Also a good idea. Let's probably a good time as any to change vehicles here. Got a whole bunch of them. Why don't we check them out? I do like how some of these vehicles aren't. I'm gonna take the Gavril TV T-Series here. Wow. Okay. Oh. Alright, so you can get the truck cab version, or you can just get some crazier versions. You got cement mixer, you got monster truck show version, ram plow. That looks like a cyberpunk version of a snowplow right there. Just mega advanced snowplow. Probably wouldn't even work that well. But they wanted to. Yeah, well, we drive this sucker here. Truck is strong, but any jumps in the force will end up buckling the frame. Noted. Yeah. Now we're playing with power. Ah, there's a bus stop over here too. I know there's a bus stop mode in this game. Ooh, listen to that Cummins diesel. Yeah. Sounds like a mighty powerful engine right there. Ooh. Yeah, we might have stumbled upon like a little fisher town here. A little port town. I think we passed by here earlier. It's just that yeah, I tried to drive down. I got hung up by the guardrail. I'm like, alright, never mind. Wish we had trucks like that over here. Ha! Sure they are a sight to behold. Granted, we don't have, like, ones that have, like, giant plows in the front like these. At least not where I am. Imagine they might be elsewhere, but yeah, most of the time we have just like either truck cabs or trucks with you know, just hauling trailers full of stuff. Yeah, I imagine it would struggle a bit trying to climb up inclines. This is why certain roads usually have incline decline information. You know, something that says, "Hey, trucks, if you're a truck, maybe take this other road here." Yeah. Another fun part of backroads driving. Just looking for signs for your specific type of vehicle. Yeah, trucks use low gear and stuff, yeah, exactly. But, you know, all trucks gotta stay on the rightmost lane. Because, well, they are driving much heavier machines, so, you know, especially one that are long and trailing things behind them. You kind of want to make sure things are safe, as safe as they can be on the road anyway. Not easy when they have like 18 gears. Yeah, that's true. They gotta get up to speed somehow. Oh. Again, this ain't Forza. I can't just plow my way through the trees. All right. Gonna node pull this one back if we can. I can adjust the strength here. Okay. Can only go up to 100. Yeah, look at that. Alright. Yeah, at this rate, I'm gonna end up, like, burning the engine or something, right? That's how this damage modeling goes. If we were to just drag this all the way back. Bring it back. Rocket bus is a fun one, complete with superhero cape. Ooh. Maybe I'll try a bus route with, like, rocket bus. I also like how, despite me pulling the truck cab back with the node puller here, still does the beep beep for, you know, the usual backup sounds. I mean, as it should. Oops. Wait, stop. Ooh, okay. Right front, rear, right axle broken. Alright. Yep. I think this truck is out of commission here. Why don't we... Alright. Had our fun with that one. We'll try another car here. So it's a one-wheel drive now. Hee hee! Yeah, indeed it is. Ooh. Sorts of old-fashioned deliveries we got here. Go with the Targa. This current. Alright, we're gonna get this back on the road here. Be careful with that bowl light, it's very squirrely. Whoops. Makes a spin if you go near the gas. Alright. We probably didn't need those parts, right? Gas. Gotta step on the gas. I'm gonna find my way down to that port town if it's the last thing I do. It's a car dealership I was stopping by earlier. Or you know what? Why don't we just check the map? What does the map say? Oh. Looks like I have to go in the other direction if I want to get to the road that takes me to Port Town. Okay. That's one car I managed to snap in two. Woo! Imagine that. That's like burnout levels of destruction there. I think, was it Burnout Paradise, kind of lets you see a car kind of get split into two if you wreck it hard enough. Pretty wild. Burnout Paradise Remastered. I think I have that game on bifurcated, as they would say in Mythbusters. Haha. Mythbusters. That series had a good long run. I think they were like over 10 seasons, right? Same two guys as well. And eventually those two kind of cap things off. They're like, yeah, gonna pack it up, pack it in. Where am I now? Okay. Had to drive a little further. Yeah. I remember when they tried to start like a new Mythbuster series with like 2 new people. And don't think I remember hearing much about it after the first season. Yeah, it ran for a very long time. I didn't like they brought it back without them. It's kind of the conundrum of a long-running series, right? Because you know, the Jamie and Adam Savage were probably like, yeah, it's been long enough. Wanna move on, try something new. And but you know, part of the reason people love a series because of the OG cast, but then again, Jamie said he never wanted to work with Adam again. I do remember reading about that. It's like one of those things where they remained professional on set, but you know, they eventually had a variety of quibbles off set. Oh, don't go across the bridge. Alright, we're about to enter Port Town here, yeah. And then there was yeah, while, good long while. How can you hate Adam though? He's such a likable guy. Yeah. Definitely very energetic fella. He's definitely got lots of spirit. Lots of energy. Definitely liked how excitable he was. I think that's like part of why people like the series so much, right? It's like, you know, big, excitable Adam and Jamie, who's a lot more calm and more calculated. Yeah, it's a duo of contrast, and people like that. Here we go. Little port town here. Now this is the town where everyone knows each other. I know about old Stevens here working at the dock. Old Marie fixing up the boat. John, third generation, working at the general store. Joan fixing up the parts and stuff. Watched his YouTube vid when he made a full-size Cyberdyne Model 101 from Terminator. Ooh. You remember reading news reports about, you know, Jamie going incognito to like various cons, so like don a full body costume. Or no, not Jamie. I meant Adam. I think I meant Adam. What? It was Adam, right? The guy. He was the one who would like, yeah, infiltrate cons with like a full body costume. Always be an article afterwards going, yeah, I went kind of dressed as like Terminator or something like that. And it was always fun. Oh man, these people that walk amongst us, we might not even know it. I always wanted that off-road Segway he had at the test site. Oh my god. Let me tell you about the Segway. Like, I think I was like, really old site I used to visit frequently called How Stuff Works, which was, well, it's exactly what you think it is. It's a website that tells you how various things work. And I remember I had an article talking about it. And I was like, oh man, this thing is gonna revolutionize the world and stuff. And they even invited guesses from website visitors as to what they think this it will be, and then they eventually revealed it, and yeah, it was the Segway, right? The self-balancing two-wheeled scooter type of device. They're illegal here. Oh man. That said, I guess they're not. That's not too surprising. Like. There was a podcast I used to listen to a lot. All the people in it kind of lived on West Coast USA. Trying to ban those e-scooters too. Oh, really? Yeah, but yeah. So they lived on the West Coast, like California specifically, and they always talk about how the city they lived in would have like those communal scooter stations where you like, you know, put in some money, you'd be able to like grab a scooter and then ride it wherever. Problem with like public scooters and stuff is that, well, a lot of people were jerks, so you know some of the scooters would never be returned, or they might find them in odd spaces. Like, you know, thrown into a river or into a parking lot or just wherever. So, yeah, they would always complain about that because, you know, on paper, the idea of like, you know, being able to pay some money for a scooter or a bike or to get to wherever you need to quickly is kind of cool, but fortunately reliant on everyone being cool with it too, right? Not acting like jerks about it. It's a bit of a shame because, yeah, it's a thing that we all should have, but fortunately, because of people either not returning it or damaging it beyond any sorts of use. Imagine the cost for it just get to be too much. Sucks all around. Sounds like those bicycle rent thingies we have here. Yeah, it's something like that, right? Yeah, they're just like a rack filled with scooters or bikes, maybe a pay station nearby. Yeah, you do your payment, then you grab the bike or scooter, take it to wherever you need to go, preferably to a station over there, wherever close by your destination. Drop it off there, and then go on with your day. Again, it's a real cool idea. I wish everyone were cooler about it too. Not surprised though, because here they now go through kids' packed lunches and confiscate anything unhealthy. Huh? Really? I mean, it's one thing if, school wants to serve, like, a healthier food in the cafeteria, but... yeah. I feel like, snatching unhealthy food from packed lunch is kind of a step too far, maybe? I mean, by all means, if the school staff want to perhaps talk to a parent about, kids... oh, I'd say even then. I don't know. Unless the kid's, like, deliberately getting harmed by their food. It does feel like confiscating unhealthy things might be a bit too much. And again, if they want to serve healthy food, that's one thing. Right? That's cool, but yeah. And yesterday, everyone's up in an uproar because the modern printings of Roald Dahl children's books have been edited to be more... yeah, I remember reading some Roald Dahl books when I was younger. Here's the guy who wrote James and the Giant Peach, right? Like, I feel like a lot of his books kind of had to do with that sort of fantasy of, kid going off on great adventures to do, like, really cool stuff. Yeah. I remember watching the James and the Giant Peach movie. Willy Wonka. Ah, right, Willy Wonka. I think that was the other story I was trying to remember. Yeah. BFG. Did he also write Matilda? I forget, did he write Matilda, or is that like another author I'm thinking of? Which again, it kind of leads into that sort of child's fantasy of, yeah, you're actually like a really cool person, and you can kind of escape this humdrum to horrible life that you're in currently. Yeah. Yeah, I think Matilda was kind of like the extreme version of that sort of plot, because all her family was like really crappy, and the teacher she kind of got thrust onto was also super duper crappy, and it was only, yeah, turns out she had like secret psychic powers and stuff, and at the end of the movie, the one teacher who was actually nice to her went and adopted her, and now she's got like the best life ever. I read a lot of those growing up. Yeah, as did I. I think I read, I saw the movie versions of at least James and the Giant Peach and Matilda as well. Alright, I think I've explored a lot of East Coast USA here. Why don't we check out another location here? Yeah, we're gonna travel a little bit. We're gonna go all the way to West Coast USA. I know, it's really far. OG Willy Wonka film was so good. Yeah, yeah, I do remember that. Although, you know what threw me for a loop? Like, see it on TV. It's a pretty fun, whimsical type of film where, all the bad people get their just desserts, and the good kid manages to get one at the end, although he almost lost it all. I remember going to like a theatrical showing of it. This was like a really long time ago, right? It's one of those art house theaters, and there was one scene that kind of popped up that kind of threw me, right? Because they never had this in the syndicated TV versions, understandably so. And it was like the part where everyone was like on that boat and traveling through the tunnel, and of course the tunnel was like doing all sorts of really freaky graphic stuff. And Willy Wonka was out there being his usual whimsical self, and was contrasted with all these rather horrific scenes. And like, oh wow, wait, what? This was in the original run? Oh my god. Yeah, because I remember, I was watching it with my siblings, and we were all like talking about it afterwards. Like, man, I don't remember this one at all. And like, yeah, and we were talking about, boy, like, how would they have like cut this out? And they said, there's like a beginning and an end to that scene where you could reasonably, like, cut that out and just pretend it was just like a random trip, and like, but you know what? Yeah, right. I think it was like some point where it's like, just like cuts to black, and you just cut out everything in the middle, just pretend that it didn't happen, or at least skip past that part. But yeah. It was, I mean, I was in high school, so it didn't leave any sorts of lasting impressions on me. But I just remember seeing that. I was like, ooh, oh boy, sure is something. Well, I have to assume if this is West Coast USA, they gotta base this off of San Fran, right? It says to be like San Fran. I feel like if there's ever any like West Coast rep in a video game, it's always just like San Francisco. Perhaps understandably so, because it's a city with multiple elevations. One of these best places for a car chase film, exactly. And also gets all sorts of cool looking scenes, right? You got tall buildings on every side here. Imagine pedestrians walking alongside, kind of just running out of the way of the cars to kind of just add to the chaos. And again, multiple elevations, so you can have yourselves those sorts of really awesome looking jumps where you get the slow-mo going. Always nice to see Lombard Street too. Yeah. All right, yeah. You get that San Francisco car chase. You always got to include Lombard Street, right? You start with the cars going through the usual way where they got a twist and turn, and then you get the protagonist and the bad guy kind of just sailing over the whole thing, because yeah, they ain't got time for that. Ooh, hey, they got graffiti here as well. Just staying true to the text, of course. Yeah, it's a good thing there's no other cars on the road, so we can totally go the wrong way here. Although, I'm a sucker for reading graffiti. Yeah. It's actually pretty cool, right? It's like, imagine some of those folks, they got a real knack for art. Real cool style. I guess that's why you can sometimes games of this sort sometimes really should have like a graffiti collection side quest, or might have a whole game based on graffiti like Jet Set Radio, or you might see it in like stickers or car liveries or something like that. I like how there's a red barrier here. Now, is this like an actual immovable barrier, or can I... Okay, that looks like... No, there's nothing beyond here. This is the end of the map. Please turn around. Yeah. So we got not San Fran over here, and then racetrack and West Coast USA countryside around these parts. Have you seen those 3D street art pieces in some cities? Oh yeah, I have. Both like more of the kind of like grounded stuff with, you know, people, animals, what have you, and like the more abstract things too. Yeah. I think the one one that stands out to me currently is this one giant. Those ones that look like a chasm. Ah, yeah. I don't think I've seen anything like that, but I do have to appreciate it when the artist manages to use some like perspective trickery to make to kind of give it the effect that they want it to have. It's always pretty neat. I think the one that kind of comes to mind right now is this like giant reflective bean. I think that's like in Chicago, Illinois, Midwest USA. It's really just that. It's right. It's like a giant reflective. It's like a polished mirror bean, and it's pretty wild. I've seen them do that for sponsor advertising at sporting events. Oh yeah. They'll have like a sculpture out there for you to look at. Even more fun when it's made of like a material that you usually wouldn't make it out of like ice or butter or like Lego bricks. And I guess Lego bricks are more commonplace these days. Yeah. Alright, this is kind of reminded me of Hot Pursuit 2010. With the giant redwood trees up there. This is like that redwood forest. Of course, this is like a more chill drive. Not racing for our lives here. Of course, with a more realistic damage model, can't go nuts either. All that's missing is the RVs and stuff. Haha, yeah. I need a trailer park out here. That said, there are several other maps, so who knows? Maybe they threw in a trailer park there. Another fun part of driving on the highway in the U.S. Just random construction at places, right? You always have that one spot where it's like, all right, gotta merge lanes together for a little bit. You'll see orange signs everywhere. Also, don't speed because fines are doubled. Understandably so, but yeah. Always roadworks and nobody's ever there working. Yeah, that's true. That's like a popular meme image I saw online. It's like state construction work. You see like 3 guys standing on the side and 1 guy's in the middle filling in the crack with like super glue or something like that. I'm like, I mean, yeah. Sometimes you see that and like, wow. But I mean, there are other times where I'll see like the entire crew kind of got their heads down, doing their stuff. And wait, that building in the distance, I don't know if you can see it on stream, but it says Snooze News. Haha, got 'em. Take that, news networks. Oh, yeah. Another common occurrence in U.S. highways, the carpool lane. Typically, if a highway has like multiple lanes, they'll usually like reserve one for the carpool lane. Where if you got multiple people in the car, yeah, you can use that lane. Always get some fun stories in that regard, where you got you know, just a person trying to cheat the system by having like a giant pillow or a life-size doll or something like that in the passenger seats. Like, yeah, what were they expecting to happen? Hard not to watch building when big machines turn up. I concur with that, especially when they're in motion. So I imagine for safety reasons, like most of the construction probably happens during like off hours, right? Don't want to be swinging giant cranes around when there's like a lot of people around. Mojave Road, San Amaro. Yeah, roads in the US can be pretty dang complex sometimes. Oh no, speed limit 40. Always a fun time when a cement mixer turns up. Or you know, when you get the giant dump truck or like a bulldozer, or maybe one of those like wide load flatbeds. Fun times. Over here on the right, I have to assume this is the not Golden Gate Bridge here. I think I actually got to like drive along on this bridge once. It's a bridge, you know. Not much more can be said about it. Oop. Yeah. Impact detected. Stopping car. Engine is starved of oil. Alright. Bring this back down. See, normally, when you see the white smoke come out of the car, it's usually a good sign to pull over, but... I'm a fool. Yeah. I like to visit there so I can go and see Alcatraz. I don't know if that's still open or not. Strange though, seeing as the ending is in the middle. Yeah, I feel like most of the games that try to... Oh, engine is in the middle, okay. Yeah. Well... Oh, yeah, the... typing is so bad. Ah, it's okay, it's okay. At least you're catching your at least you're catching it, right? That's what matters. I don't know if the way they programmed this game, where it's just like, if engine is damaged, then emit smoke from hood of car. That's gotta be it. Who knows? Maybe they'll update it at some point to have more realistic smoke rising out of engine model, but this is what they got for now. Because obviously this game is still in early access. Still adding maps, still adding cars, adding modes. All good until it bursts into flames if you rupture the fuel tank. Ha, yeah. I think that's like one of the myths Mythbusters obviously tested, where it's like, oh, can you make a whole car explode just by shooting at it? And the answer is obviously no. You could definitely puncture the fuel tank and cause the gas to pour out, but if you're gonna need a more significant ignition source if you want to light the whole thing up. This is, of course, the sights you don't normally see, right? This parts of the city that aren't all glammed up. This is what you don't see. Just right. You see the significant landmarks in the background there, just to let you know. Hey, yeah, this is San Fran. Just in case you forgot. They did something similar with a car going off a cliff in films and always explodes. Yeah. Unsurprisingly, Mythbusters did do a lot of, hey, does this scene in the movie, could you do this scene from a movie in real life? Yeah. Explosions, they just look cool, that's why people stick them in, right? It's not the kind of thing that would plausibly happen. In fact, I imagine most manufacturers would go out of their way to make sure it doesn't happen, like, for obvious reasons. Yeah, could you imagine you just, like, tapped your car the wrong way and suddenly it blows up? Yeah, wouldn't be a great look. I think there was a cartoon that kind of parodied that, right? Tendency for vehicles to just explode when they're significantly wrecked enough. Except this vehicle in question wasn't really a vehicle, it was a horse carriage, so There was absolutely no way for it to explode, but it explodes anyway because that's how they do it in TV shows and movies. Always a fun time. Uh-oh. Alright, now we are stuck with now we are stuck with a hunk of plastic and metal here. You've really tweaked that right rear wheel. Did I now? Oh yeah. Look at that. This thing ain't even running anymore. I think I completely exploded the engine. Landmarks do we have here? Ah, a dirt track. Seized up. Yeah, sure did. Here. Figure 8 course with a jump and high fences. Overheat. Alright. Well, if we're going on a dirt track, we can't use this car. We gotta pick something else. Looks like we got here. This is what I'm looking for. Nice little dirt buggy. The SP Rock Basher. That's actually a pretty good name for an all-terrain vehicle, off-road vehicle. Pick the one with lights. I always liked the one that had lights on it. Oh yeah, here we go. I see the Horizon 5 Expansion 2 is getting announced tomorrow. Oh my god, is it? It's about time. Holy cow. It's been say 8 months. 8 months since Hot Wheels. Yeah. Looks like it's gonna be maybe Baja themed. Ooh. Get ourselves a little beach racing going on here. I can dig that. Also like how I tried to do the off-road racing and I completely turned the car over. Rally is right in my wheelhouse. Yeah, I'd definitely be down for that. Although, admittedly, I mentioned this already, but I was kind of sort of hoping for like a big urban expansion, but yeah, an expansion is an expansion, and Rally isn't really quite touched on in Horizon 5 either, so I'd welcome that. Up here, Gavril and Clockwise, like fictitious brands. Same here, but I can't complain for Rally expansion. Yeah, neither can I. They're branching out. They're branching out, right? It's something that's not touched on in the base game, so give them points for that. We're trying to forge on into new territory here. I think I realized something. I don't think I ever turned down the audio for this game. Yeah. Nope, that might be too low. I think at 80 like the rest of it. Just sighing with relief it's not Lego again. Yeah. I do remember. Was it? Yeah, you were worried about that. I think some other folks were also worried about that. Perhaps understandably so, since they opened up with, like, you know, the more wacky expansion. We were hoping they wouldn't both be wacky expansions, but it looks like they are going for one serious business expansion, which is that, you know what, that suits me just fine. I think it suits a lot of people just fine. That said, I would not be opposed to them just adding Lego vehicles wholesale, right? If they just wanted to throw in, yeah, here's some Lego vehicles from Horizon 4, have fun with them. I'd be cool with that. Would tie in with the next update, Horizon Wilds takeover. I do like that about their Horizon Festival seasons. They always give you a preview of what the next season's gonna be like. When they said, yeah, it's like, yeah, next season after Fordsathon, we're gonna focus on Japanese vehicles, and you know, I think they did pretty well with that, right? In addition to all the events requiring you, most of the events requiring you to, use Japanese vehicles. Most of the event lab maps they've shown were like people who did a pretty bang up job of recreating like at least Japanese themed tracks, if not like actual locales. I bet any money it's gonna be more copy and paste prize cars. Yeah. At this point, imagine they're just going through their backlog and just like, all right, well, we'll throw this out here, we'll throw this out here, we'll throw this out here. But no, it is over a year now, so. Ideally, they would keep throwing out, like, new cars, but I guess, running through the back catalog, not so bad. They were pretty good overall, just a few that were meh for me, like that Togue Road. Ah, see. Guess I am a little surprised that they are announcing Horizon 5 expansion now. I guess for some reason I had in my head that we won't see any news of it until like June 2023 or something like that, around the E3 season. But I guess that might be a bit too long, right? A whole year after Hot Wheels. Finally, we're gonna wrap up the expansion pass. I'm like, yeah, maybe not. I reckon maybe March, April time. That makes sense. Yeah, because when they announced Hot Wheels, I was like, yeah, this one's coming in end of June. So yeah, I would make sense that would, if they announce it, it'll come a month afterwards. Although, I'm surprised there's not like a big Microsoft event that they're doing this alongside. Well, I guess it's almost time for Playground Games to kind of do their monthly streams. So, guess there's that. Time to announce it. Never been back to Hot Wheels since completing it. Yeah, I have to admit, the only time I ever go back to Hot Wheels is because I want to do like the 2 events there to get the festival points. Other than that, yeah, I don't really visit the Hot Wheels area. Hello, hello, Junior. I was gonna say Junior 242 Ed, but just call me Ed. Okay, all right. Hello, Ed. Welcome. Or as I call them, the monthly cringe fest. Huh. I guess after like 18 seasons worth of updates, probably not too much substantial you can follow can update anymore, right? Probably just mostly like, yeah, here's a. Oh wow, Ed, thank you for the follow. What are you doing? I am playing BeamNG.drive right now. After playing Midnight Club 2 for like the past 3 weeks, I'm just cruising around. I have to admit, I'm not really much purpose to me just driving around this track here. Okay, we can probably move on to another location. Uh-oh, I think I switched perspectives here. How do I... Oh. Oh, wow. It's more the hype they try to get for updates that are lackluster. Yeah, I can understand that. It's like, man, all you're doing is like bug fixes and additional cars. Like, don't need to make this seem like this incredible thing. I already know it's not. Really isn't. If I didn't say it already, I forget if I said it, but thank you for the follow, Ed. Alright, we're gonna go to the drag strip here. The quarter-mile strip. Here, Dominic Toretto likes to live life. This is about the average amount of the period of time in which Dominic Toretto likes to live his life. Since we're on a drag strip, we gotta pick something good here. Ah, man. Those circuit racer type cars. Guess the closest we're gonna get. Love this city for cruising my imported automation cars. Bet. Feels like the kind of city you would see all sorts of crazy stuff. Can I ask a question? Sure thing, Ed. Depending on what you ask, I may or may not answer it. Just keep that in mind. Already tried that. This is one I already drove before, right? Man. Screw it. We're gonna go with the Brucknell Bastion. For free, can you build a car for me? Like, let me pick the parts and stuff you need to for one. For the sorry. Yeah. I'm not exactly a gearhead. I only like driving cars. I can't build them, so I can't really help you there. Sorry. You know what? We'll go with a delivery car here. Oh man. If the pizza doesn't make it in 30 minutes, they get it for free. Gotta go. Gotta go fast. Gotta get to the end of the strip and deliver the pizza real quick. Actually, yeah, Turbo Burger. I do hear I hear a lot about how, you know, companies don't do that anymore, right? Best drag car is the Moonhawk drag. Ah, okay. That car managed 2 laps with me before failing catastrophically. Ooh. You know what? Let's see if I can perhaps... yeah, racetrack. Alright. Let's travel here. Yeah. We NASCAR now. Alright, says a Moonhawk. See a pigeon. Or this is like one of those mod cars. Oh wait, here we go. Brucknell Moonhawk. Found it. Sometimes you just gotta keep your eyes peeled. You know what, why don't we just go full garish here? Pick the Donk A and get the sweetest looking tinted frames here. Windows here. Alright. Let's cruise. Oh yeah, now that's a muscle car right there. Ooh. Steering is a different story though. Also, really stop and go type of car. Oh wait, this is giving me Forza Motorsport 7 flashbacks here. Got yourself the sanctioned track, crowds on the side, just racing along the regulation roads here. All we need is like that super clean, super sleek interface that tells you your lap time, your position, and any other pertinent information you need. And typical muscle car style hates corners. I have noticed that. What? No, yeah, I'm bouncing. I'm not even trying to bounce. I'm just trying to turn here. As you can tell, I'm not well versed in the art of muscle car handling. Those oversized wheels, though. Yeah, just need some hydraulics. Then again, who needs hydraulics? I just need to turn real sharply. This car just bounces on its own. Look at that. All you just need now is like a funky song with a really, really loud bass beat to kind of drive stiffer suspension. Yeah. Got the pit stop here. Oh yeah, now we're flying. Just look at all these objects just suddenly popping up. Again, I'm playing this on low because this is like the best I can get it to run without completely chugging. Oh, thank goodness for those tire barriers. All it needs is a leopard skin interior and it's a full Pip-mobile. Yeah, that and like some sort of neon on the underside, right? Like either a yellow or a pink neon light. Get yourselves a real garish looking piece here. Not that it wasn't already looking like that, but no, now it's more so. Some funky 70s tunes on the radio. Yeah. Something with a real loud bass beat. Alright, yeah. Crunched the front left corner here. Yeah, front left axle broken. Okay, you know what? Yeah, look at that. Oh, man. Damage modeling at work, folks. Now it just swings to the left every time, because, well, that's where it got damaged, so, hey. What were you expecting? What was I expecting? I do like how they have that extended arm over there. You can imagine the camera person getting that cool overhead shot. Makes it look like you're just above the road. That lean, though. Yeah. Let's see what else is there on the map. Industrial... Ooh, logistics. Smaller industrial area outside of town. Or we could go... Well, we already in the Redwood Forest. Service station. Fuel station garage. This has everything you need while taking a break from driving. I wonder whose job it was to write the flavor text for these locations. Probably had a little bit of fun. Yeah, I imagine this is what, like, a West Coast kind of countryside location will probably like. Less grass. I don't know if it would be quite as mountainous, though. At least the part of California I think this is trying to depict would be a bit more flat. Perhaps a bit more straighter road, too, but... I gotta say, though, that V8 sounds sweet as a nut. Certainly got that, yeah. Uh-oh. There we go, crunch the front left corner again. Man, it wasn't me in front left corners. It's a real good thing there's no drivers in these cars. Oh my god. Actually reminds me, I'm gonna swing back around to Mythbusters. It reminds me of that time when they built like a remote control car that was like a full-size car. They just made remote control. Was pretty wild to watch, and I forgot what myth they made that for, but it's just crazy and impressive that they managed to, you know, make a full-size car entirely remote controlled. I remember them saying that it was like really squirrely and kind of weird to try to steer a full-size car remotely. Uh-oh, engine starved of oil. Not surprising. I did remember that one, yeah. They did some really great stuff. As I imagine they did. There was that other myth they were trying to test. It was like something with a cement mixer. They put a bunch of cement inside it, but fortunately they like let all the cement dry, and that basically meant the cement truck was useless, so they were like, screw it, why don't we just blow the whole thing up? And they made it like the biggest explosion ever. Yeah. It had everyone just get get the heck away from it as far as they did, put up barriers where they could after stacking that cement truck with explosives. And I remember them just letting it go, and you just hear just a really loud poof, and the cement truck was just practically vaporized. It's crazy. Oh yeah, they let it set and exploded with a bunch of C4, and it just disappeared. You could see the shockwave. Yeah, they said they were gonna make the biggest explosion ever, and I think they succeeded at that. Kid me certainly remembered seeing that episode and was like, wow, that's the coolest thing ever. All right, I think we've seen a good amount of West Coast USA. Let's try another map here. Oh, small island USA. Really like it. Is that supposed to be Hawaii? Is this Hawaii? The ones involving thermite were always good though, the way it would melt through everything. I think the best part about Mythbusters is that they always got to play with all the cool stuff, right? Like, yeah, we want to test this thing. Okay, what do we need? This material here, that material there. They just were able to grab whatever they could because they had connections and stuff, and that's what made it cool, right? It's like all the stuff you ever always wondered about, they could test it out. And well, of course, it's TV, so they did embellish it here and there, but overall, it's part of the reason why Mythbusters was cool. Like, oh man, just do all sorts of fun stuff. They do the Autobello Stembeco. Oh wow. Always a fan of ballistic gels and guns, myths. Right. Another favorite of mine that they tested was can you shoot the lock? Can you shoot the lock out of the door? Right. You always see that in the movies where someone will point their gun towards a doorknob, shoot it, and just like bust through the door, no problem. That of course required the maximum amount of safety, right? It's just like stuck a gun through a very tiny hole and otherwise completely enclosed off with bulletproof glass enclosure. Cause you know a bullet's gonna ricochet, and they'll be damned if they let anyone get caught by a ricocheting bullet. So I think they busted that one, obviously. Come on. A bullet's strong, but it can't completely break apart a metal mechanism. Trouble they had trying to break into the toughest safe. Guessing that was like an Ocean's 11 special or something like that. But, let's see. And just because I'm curious, I'm gonna look at the overhead map. Oh yeah, that is a small island, all right. I don't know why they call this USA. Unless this was based off of Hawaii. Hawaii's like the only thing I can think of here. Always felt sorry for Buster the dummy being put through all that punishment. Well, that's what he was built for, right? But yeah, always trying to reform him. That's where all that ballistics gel came in handy, right? It's like, yeah, we put a lot of ballistics gel in Buster. I think my favorite one of that was that when they were testing what was it the myth where a guy got electrocuted because he peed on the electrified rail in a subway. They tested that. I think they kind of quasi confirmed it, right? It has to be a continuous stream, right? If it's like an intermittent stream, then yeah, you're not gonna get electrocuted if you pee onto the third rail of a train track. But if it is, well, yeah, it's gonna happen. Like the way they tested that was like some sort of electronic release where if it completed a circuit from their urine they procured, then the release would like release, and then the dummy would fall over. I remember that one distinctly. Because pee. Like how small island USA, you just see a bigger island just out there in the distance. Never forget that Ark of the Covenant they built and Adam got proper electrocuted because it was hooked to a car battery. Ooh. There was a lot of risk involved, yeah. Because hey, when you have access to some of the very dangerous materials, it's like, yeah, risk is going to be high, especially when you're doing all sorts of makeshift rigs to kind of test the various mids. Also, shipping containers just lying out here on the beach, just man, it's like it was a shipwreck here or something. Used to be here, not here anymore. Or is it another myth I liked? Was the one they were testing was, I forget what the movie was called, but they were testing if like shoot a gun in a circle and then managed to use that to like cut a hole through a floor. I think they proper busted that one. Because I think the movie version had them shooting through tile. Of course, real life guns probably aren't going to shoot through tile. But even with like a wooden board they switched to, it's like you have to shoot so many bullets to actually be able to cut a hole that it becomes impractical. Huge air cannon they built in the shop is something I want for my garage. If only, alright. So many cool things they built, and you just imagine... I can only imagine what the teardown process must have been like for that. It's like, alright, well, we're done using this remote control car, now what? My guess is they probably just like dismantled it for parts or something like that, or maybe if it were like in a reasonable enough state, they just like stuck it in a corner somewhere. Like, all right, well, if we need it, we can come back to it. What shocked me was how flammable that coffee creamer was. Yeah, it's when you get into the details of what some food has, it kind of makes you do a double take. Right? It's like when they revealed a while ago all that stuff about Subway sandwiches. I'm like, oh man, I used to eat there. Nah, I don't know if I want to eat there anymore. Or yeah, flammable coffee creamer. Just like, wait, something about that seems off. Like, I don't know. What if I like drank a coffee filled with that creamer and then went to my second job to like do torch swallowing or something. That actually sounds like an episode of CSI right there. You clearly had a motive to kill this famous torch swallower here, so you deliberately put this flammable creamer in their coffee. Didn't they do it with flour too? Yeah, I think they did. Although I think I remember reading about that elsewhere too, where it's like, yeah, flour's in the air and you try to light a fire or something. Things are gonna go south pretty quick. Imagine small island USA probably doesn't. Let's go to another map. We could drive around to that. Let's go to Utah. Look at that. You can see Grand Canyon, construction site, tourist area. Oh, well, start there. We'll start at the tourist area. I went to see the Grand Canyon, like, it's been a really long time since I went to see the Grand Canyon, but I imagine it hasn't changed very much. That it was already pretty grand then. I don't think it's gotten much grander. Still pretty grand, all things considered. Yeah, I do remember, just looking out at that, I'm like, oh my god. Nature created this. Nature kind of carved the whole path through this land with water, and now all that's left is like a little river on the bottom. Also, lots of signs saying, please, numbnuts, do not throw anything off the cliff. I think that came like part and parcel with another tour that had us checking out Hoover Dam. It was pretty cool too, seeing the inner workings of a dam. It's like, this is how hydroelectric power works, basically. Wonder how many bodies have been thrown down there. Sometimes I do wonder that. But yeah, Hoover Dam, of course, as you can imagine. There were a lot of damn jokes. Because, hey, get it? Because you can say damn because we're talking about D-A-M dam and not D-A-M-N dam. But, you know, that latter word is fine to say anyway. Not gonna knock anyone who says it, as I shouldn't. I feel like how they let you drive down to the lower canyon part here. Imagine this is not built to scale. Imagine, if I remember correctly, the real Grand Canyon is like a zillion times deeper than this. Yeah, I guess around here. Not too uncommon to read a story about a person who fell off a cliff. I think it was like not too long ago. There was a story about someone who fell off the cliff while they were trying to take a selfie. And, yeah. That sadly happens a bit too often. It's like, oh boy. That pursuit to take the most coolest shot ever. It's like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth getting a little bit more to Grand Canyon if you run the greater risk of, you know, not being able to walk away from that? I can imagine parkour folk do that too at times. Oh yeah. Bet anyone who does like actual rooftop running, imagine there's probably quite a few stories of people not quite making the jump. I imagine they don't cover those on the news all that much. Occasionally you do get the weird stories where, you know, something on the news will appear as like, yeah, we found this person who was just like trapped in between these two buildings for a while. Thankfully, they got him out, but we don't know how they got in there to begin with. And likely they probably won't have an answer for understandable reasons. Gets me all queasy when I see those parkour vids from the top of skyscrapers and stuff. They're talking about like when people do those like head-mounted cameras, like the GoPros, and then start doing the parkour stuff. Yeah, I imagine. You know, if you don't get motion sickness, you probably get a little queasy looking at that. Ooh. What's that? An abandoned mine shaft. Danger, hazardous mine. Well, that sign doesn't affect me because I can't read. Hard pass from me. Yeah, understandable. As a kind of stuff where it's like, yeah, yeah, it can definitely affect people pretty badly. Oh. Well, they did say the mine would be hazardous. What you say? Alright. Let's see what else we have here in Utah. Ah, you know what? The auto repair zone. We gotta go there, get this truck fixed up. So we somehow made our way out of that mine shaft, and we had to get a replacement vehicle here. Yeah, we'll go with this Charrier FCV. And why not? We'll give it a race livery. Asphalt sequential. Orange tinted windows because it thematically makes sense. I think my favorite head-mounted camera video I saw was one. They put it on a dog, right? And they had they were playing hide and seek with the dog, so like put the camera on the dog, and then like the other person ran away, and they had the dog go seek him out. It was kind of fun, just like seeing the dog just run around, seeing where they were looking at, trying to figure out what their train of thought probably was as they were trying to find their other human. and it was pretty cute. When they found the other human, and you see them just like run straight up to them and start cuddling them and all that. Never seen something like that before. Ah, yeah. Yeah, it's like pretty novel, if nothing else. Yeah, I imagine Utah, USA is probably like 90%. Grand Canyon driving, landmark here and there. It's like, yeah, here's a construction site, here's an auto zone, here's a tourist center. What other things do they have? Oh, campsite. Parking lot. Just parking lot. West Highway. Yeah, you know what, let's go on the highway. The hole in the rock. Ah, yeah. Those sorts of natural formations are always fascinating. That's a big Utah thing. Absolutely. It's just marvels of nature. Just like, man. Many millennia of water, wind, erosion, all that did that. From playing ATS, they have dinosaurs too. Canyonlands National Park. So it's not the Grand Canyon, it's a Canyonland. That's what this place is. I wonder what's in here. I wouldn't be surprised if this tunnel just circled around itself. It'd be pretty funny if they just had like a giant barrier at the end. Or like a painted wall, Looney Tunes style. That'd be pretty funny too. Or maybe it'll be like a Pac-Man style warp tunnel that'll take us to the other edge of the map. Tempted to do an England trip and visit all the landmarks from Forza Horizon 4. Ooh. Sounds like fun. And it's always fun to do a pilgrimage based off of something. Yeah. Forza Horizon 4 landmark trip, especially since, yeah, all of the landmarks they have in Horizon 4 are like ones that you typically don't see and depicted in media anywhere, so that's gotta be pretty fun. I've heard about numerous sorts of pilgrimages to, based on the anime. It's like, oh yeah, here's that location that anime was based off of, or you know, here's the house they made that was based off of that house in that one manga character lives in. Wow. Head south to find that Chesterton windmill. Ah, yeah. Hey, that bridge over there on the left kind of reminds me of the one from Split Second. Remember that bridge? The one in the canyon track? The one that you blew up. You could blow up 3 times, just have parts of it fall down. That was fun. There's no dam here, sadly. There's no dam here. It's just a bridge across that canyon. Yep, same architecture. Yeah, it's got the sort of engine damage, induction system damage, front right half shaft broken, front right axle broken. Best part of that was that huge dam. Yeah, absolutely. The dam collapse was a sight to behold. Oop. Yeah, this car not quite handling the best, understandably so, because kind of smacked into a lot of places here. Welcome to Utah. Here we are, finally made it. In Utah, folks. Oh, there's a bus stop. Engine is off, ignition on. Yeah, dam collapse and the engine crash. Probably the most iconic moments of Split Second. I wish the PC version had the DLC, because boy howdy do I want to drive that quarry track. But fortunately we'll just have to relive that through YouTube videos. Either that or hook up my Xbox 360 again. Yeah, the big 747. Right, whenever you see like a video split second, you're almost guaranteed to have that plane crash for good reason, because that's like one of the first things you're gonna see, and it's probably pretty representative of the series overall. It's just like, yeah, some of the stunts you're gonna find, they're gonna be big, they're gonna be bad, they're gonna be awesome. Campsite has no flavor text. Oh man. Juniper Grove. Man, they got like the tar lines everywhere. Mind you, I did like the Warehouse of Doom around the docks. Ah, that was a... Yeah, that was pretty fun, too. I think the best part about the game is when you figure out the stunts and figure out the power plays and know how to dodge them. So now it's all about, you know, split-second execution. Split second. Yeah, it's all about the execution. It's like, all right, are you able to do what you need to do to fully evade the power play? Or, you know, if someone manages to nail you with it, right? Time it just so you can't dodge it. And you're like, all right, bravo, you did pretty well. Panic at trying to get through those cooling towers before they collapse. Panic at trying to get through anything before it collapses. See that tower ahead of you just falling down. You're like, oh my god, gotta keep driving. Hopefully, I'll be able to get through it. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Alright, what other locations do they have on this Utah map here? Tourist area. Hey, I think I started here. Let's go to parking lot. Also, no flavor text. Remember those shutter drawers caused you some grief. Oh yeah, I remember those. Either closed just as I arrived, or... yeah, it closed just as I was about to enter the shortcut. Yeah, they got the waste bins here and the picnic baskets and everything. It's always a fairly common sight in the more touristy regions of the U.S. Just random spots where you can just, you know, drive off, park your car, enjoy the sights. Perhaps understandably so. I know this is common worldwide. I'm just saying that scenic U.S. you can see spots like those here. Yeah, we got the informational boards here that tell you about stuff. Wow, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if like this texture actually had some meaningful information on it. I wonder if they all say Utah. It'd be pretty funny if they had like different things to say on it. Alright. Oops. Left tire deflated. Alright. Thank goodness this is a video game, right? I think I recreated every single car rolling down the hill scene right there. Well, minus the explosion. A bit like that ghost town that is Ehrenberg in Arizona. Huh. Oh, we have plenty of those out here in the US. Hi! Hello! Cloud Z69 too. Welcome. Alright, I think we've seen enough of Utah here. It's pretty barren place, all things considered. Why don't we go to... let's go to Italy, actually. Wow, look at that. Yeah, this got some places in here. Spawn in here. Yeah, last time I was in Italy, there was a Horizon Festival. I got to drive like a pretty sweet-ass car. We took a road trip around Italy and southern France for like 3 times, 4 times till I won the entire championship. Those were great for those tarmac rally roads, I bet. There's a reason why there's a lot of racing happening around Italy, I bet. It's a gorgeous place to visit. Expensive, but so nice to look at. Oh, I bet. can't drive with this truck here. Yeah, see, I'm playing on low, but yet still gotta put in some work to load up the entire town here. Switch vehicles. We go with yeah, we'll go with the Civetta Scintilla. I already drove this one, but we're gonna drive it again. We're gonna drive it some more. I'll pick Dark Owl movie car. Alright, let's take a drive around Italy, shall we? One of the best things is taking a gondola in Venice while eating some yummy ice cream. Ah. That's one of the things. Sounds like it would be fun to do, at least once, right? Just take a ride on one of those boats and through the waterways of Venice. Imagine it's just like super duper relaxing. Oh man. Got another sharp drop off here. It's like, don't drive too fast, or else you might find yourself blasting off the cliff here. And the home some of the best exotic cars, absolutely. I know I've brought up Lambos before. I'll bring them up again. Oop. Spun out a little bit there. Right. I'm gonna keep... Actually, I don't think I've seen the entirety of this Italian city just yet. Let's get back in here. Claudio motorways. Imagine there's no explosion physics in here. Probably wouldn't be able to blow up that gas station. I don't know, for some reason when I see the gas station, some reason that just reminds me of Goat Simulator. Goat Simulator was absolutely absurd. It's like one of the first things you could do is just blow up a gas station and just, yeah, it gets real crazy from there. Came out with Goat Simulator 3 not too long ago. I remember that being on EGS. Of course, it's Goat Simulator 3 because that's the joke. There's no Goat Simulator 2. It's been that long since Goat Simulator 1, they just went straight to 3. You could go next to it and explode your car. Oh wait, I can blow up my car? Well, I mean, guess that makes sense. Especially if you got the jetpack. Yeah. I think what I liked about the game was that everything in the game was all the characters you could play as were like goats. Even if they weren't goats, they were described them as goats some way or another. It's pretty funny. Yeah, escape. Fun stuff. Ooh, escape key, you say. Alright, well, why don't we do that for a lark? Again, I must stress this is a video game. Oh, brings up the menu. Guessing it's one of these options. Powertrain, cruise control, AI? Save, load, fun stuff. Oh, here we go. Boom. Oh yeah. That's just a flaming husk of polycarbonates and metal. I love the smell of rubber in the morning. No, I don't. I actually don't like that. It smells very unpleasant to me. But that's just me. I know other people probably dig that. I remember in elementary school, I had a kid, he said he was really into the smell of gasoline, which... bleh. Not very loud, Boom. Yeah, no it wasn't. That's your Aventador in a nutshell just bursting into flames. Yeah, I can imagine that. Ooh, there are some other... I can agree, I love the smell of petrol. Oh, yeah. Hey, if you like it, you like it, right? Dig people liking that stuff. See, there are other clusters of buildings around here I can check out. Let me check out Sitia Veshia? Is that how you pronounce that? Travel here. Oh man. Now this is a prime spot for a car chase happening right here. Right, you get the sort of orchestral music, whimsical orchestral music playing while the cars are chasing each other down the scenic Italian roads. And again, crowds of people trying to get out of the way of these cars that are just mindlessly smashing through everything. My tire popped. Yeah, it did. Rear left one, yeah. It's okay. Car's still moving, right? That's all that matters. Let's see. I'd imagine there's an option to just like instantly repair your car, right? Just like set stuff. Oh, force field. Sadly, I have to head off. I'm not feeling too good. Alright. Thanks for stopping by, Molecular Shadow Fox. I hope you have a good rest. Hope you also have well wishes. I give you well wishes. Let's enter. Right. Enter. I wonder if the controls are different because I'm doing like a combination of like controller plus keyboard and mouse. Pressing enter and it's happening. If I press escape then enter? I would assume that would be in the manage. Although I guess worst comes to worst, I could just select a different vehicle and then go back to the other one. I could drive in a different vehicle for now. Go to the other Civetta. I already drove in this one also, but yeah, Italian vehicle in Italy just feels appropriate. Yeah. And the car gets real squirrely if you so much as even look at the steering wheel funny. I could change the controls, yeah. But I feel like most of the time controls kind of like reach the point where they're like mostly standardized. So right, like I'm using a controller right now, so I got right trigger accelerate, left trigger brake, and then various other buttons to play with the camera view and handbrake and all that stuff. And yeah. I guess most of the time, I would usually, if I ever look at controls, it would just be to look at key binding, see where where the developers put each key, and even that's kind of become a little bit standardized too, right? It's like FPSs, it's like, yeah, WASDs are movement, mouse is to aim. And if you're doing strategy, you usually have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the number of keys for your unit selection, and whatever letter keys to do whatever other actions you need to do. see what else we got here. Ooh, Port Town. Let's go here. Travel. Ah, now we're more here on the opening of Forza Horizon 2, right? We're gonna have the vacation of our lives, and then start playing the music. Start driving down through the city, and like, oh boy, look at all the scenery here. Oh, it's so pretty looking. Right, you're driving down the roads, and oh wait, I don't think I drove down the right road here. Okay. Engine flooding with water. Oops. I think this car might be beyond salvage. Hydro locked. Yep, there we go. Try that again. Control W and done is what I found. Try that. Control W. Oh, reset, I guess. Reset. Back to default state. Alright, let's try it again. We're gonna have the vacation of our lives. Ah, oh geez. Yeah, the vacation of our lives. We're gonna spend it in a hospital, staring out the scenery we could have looked at had we not been dumbasses and wrapped our car around the pole. Yep. Alright. Reset. Oh boy, I can't wait to see what this looks like. Yeah, it's just lodged in there. Alright. So we know reset resets the damage, doesn't quite reset the position. Go ahead and oh, here we go. Port Town, take 3. We're gonna have the vacation of our lives. Yep. Driving down the road. Oh, wait, I was about to take this road again. I need a good cliffside road to drive on. There we go. Found ourselves a proper exit. Let's go to Aeroporto, shall we? Drive alongside scenic Italian road, doing sick 360s in the meanwhile. I totally planned that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, look at that. Ocean on one side, cliffside on the other. Man, really living it. Living the life. Oops. Not anymore, though. Alright, I think it's about time we switch to another car here. Let's pick something we haven't driven yet. Like maybe the Burnside Special. Go with the Supermatic A here. Yeah. Okay, now this is given a deliciously old-timey feel here. Unsurprisingly enough, because of the car's design. Yeah, now I get some old school jazz here. Going to free camera Shift C. Yeah. Yeah, I do like how camera view is independent of where you're driving. It's really set up for those cool cinematic shots. Ah. Now this is good mountainside common mountainside kind of element. You see the part where they have the slight expansion to the ground. You can pull your car off and either see the sights or take a break as you see fit. Let's see, Control C, you say. Oh, that does change the camera view. Shift C. Oh yeah, it's a free camera, alright. I think Orbit might be better. Yeah, okay, this is the part here where they would be playing that music from Forza Horizon 2. This is where you get that Forza Horizon 2 intro going. Now, we don't quite have the right car, right? That would be driving the Aventador lookalike, but otherwise, pretty close to what you'd be experiencing there. Even if it would be like a ton of work, part of me wishes they would do like a remastered version of one of the old Forzas. Like, give me Forza Horizon 4, Forza Horizon 1 remastered. I'm gonna play some Beam, but I'll hear you in the background. All right, have fun with Beam. Thanks for listening in. I think I broke the car. I think I broke it. All right, well, it's nothing quick computer magic can't fix. Look at that, good as new. It's like we never crashed. It's like we never crashed at all. Crashed at all. I'll still be here. Alright, alright. Yeah, I can definitely see the appeal of this game. Like like I said, they do have some game modes in here. You can do bus stops, you can do time trials if you want. But if you just want to get a car, you just drive around whatever locale you wish, you can totally do that as well. Checked out all the US ones and Italy one here. There's a lot more locales you can check out as well. And it's in early access, so you can imagine they're gonna be adding more. Like, I am curious to see what other locations they could add. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think I've seen a good amount of Italy. Why don't we check out? Yeah, we got Automaton Test Track, Cliff Derby Arenas, a couple of grids, industrial site. Ooh, Jungle Rock Island. Small Island, Utah. Ah, and of course more maps to download. Whatever you wish, whatever you want to see to your heart's content. Check out a more out there locale. We're gonna go to Jungle Rock Island. Anti-lock brakes haven't always been mandatory. Yeah, older cars require more careful braking techniques to keep them under control. Yeah, I remember reading about that. It's like, you don't want to just jam on the brakes if you're spinning out on the ice. It's a good way to get your car spun out, or kind of get your car out of control even more. So you want to try to pump the brakes. Don't want to lock them up, as it were. In Jungle Island, we should probably pick a more all-terrain vehicle here. Like this one. The Wydra. Oh wow. Sorts of interesting. We'll go with the Mudmaster. We want some giant tires. Yeah, we're Uncharted now. Look at this place. Saw they updated the game with a desert. I guess the other type of location they could add, a biome, if you will. One would be like some sort of ice location, right? like some sort of icy locale, wherever that may be. There are a few places I could think of that could place in sort of ice/snow themed location. I think about it. This is Jungle Island. Does this place have like ruins? Let's see. Mount Support Resort Peninsula Observatory Industrial Site Hangar. Huh. Beam crashed. Oh no. Oh. Early access, I imagine. It's not completely stable. Not to mention, given just how many things this game calculates, probably a lot under the hood they gotta manage as it were. But yeah, it sucks that it crashed. Hate it when you want to play something real bad and the universe is just like, ha, nope. It's like pretty much any time you want to try to play an online game on Steam on Tuesday, yeah, no. Steam's gonna go offline for a little bit to do maintenance. Restarting Beam. Oh man, fingers crossed. Sure would be nice to get your chill driving time in. Guess this vehicle wasn't meant to go fast. Okay, I'm gonna swap vehicle. Oh. Ah, Cloud Z, thank you for the follow. Go with the Ibishu Hopper. Go with the Hopper Drag. Ooh. Well, they did say it was a drag vehicle. Maybe I should pick a different type of Ibishu. There we go. Off-road. Actually, maybe I want to go with Gecko. There we are. No, yeah. Oh. Aw, man. Guessing it didn't work out. Real unfortunate. Sorry it happened. Alright, I'm gonna do one more thing here. Let's see if we can get to the resort. How far away is that? Ooh. The drive here. Alright. Let's go. I think personally, I don't think I've been to a jungle in real life. I imagine most people haven't. I said I was in I guess a more temperate region for a while. It was an interesting trip, although, at least for me, it was like more of a family trip, so didn't quite get to enjoy the scenes as a tourist may. And Beam didn't crash, hooray! Yet. It's one of those matter of time things, huh? Certain programs, you leave them running long enough, they eventually accumulate enough garbage in code form. They gotta dump it somehow. Ooh, now that is a shot right there. Look at that. The clear blue oceans. That pristine beach on the side. I feel like it would be a good feeling. Feeling that you feel like you finally made it to paradise. And enjoy it, even if only for a moment. I have to say, I was never on a... I already said this. Has anyone ever been on a exotic location, like to an exotic locale? Like when it's just out there, you know, don't normally see in real life? Like I said, Southeast Asia trip I went on was probably the closest I've gotten to that. Hey, is this the resort? Huh. Resort's still under construction, apparently. Or no, this was a resort, but it got wrecked. Got wrecked somehow, some way or another. Or no, it's under construction. It's got to be under construction. This is all this stuff here, right? This isn't like a Dead Island 2 kind of thing happening here, right? All right. I know that said that would have been the last thing, but I do want to. There's something else here. What else do we have? Oh, the observatory. Background there. Oop. Didn't mean to quick travel. Well. Okay. So this whole entire jungle island is apparently in ruins. This looks like the kind of place Nathan Drake would go investigate, because one of the clues he found led him here. Okay, let's see if I can actually try to set a route. And just go to hill. Let's see, I was already at industrial site. It's peninsula. You know what? That's a... This time I'm not gonna quick travel. Let's check out more of Jungle Island. Gravity do the work from here for now. Do how they have the pillar of light just going all the way up into the sky as well. So you can at least have a general idea which direction you're supposed to go. It's pretty cool. Old school tunnels. I'd admit, there's always filming with a slight bit of dread. I think I watched a movie where that was about a tunnel collapse. People were trapped inside the tunnel, and you know, it played out your usual disaster survival movie. And some people did make it out, others didn't. So, oh yeah. Imagine anyone who has claustrophobia probably does not think too highly of those tunnels. I don't think anyone I know has claustrophobia, at least not one that's overly severe. I shouldn't say overly, I should say really severe, because that's no one is really severely affected by closed spaces. Ooh, that waterfall. Oop. Physics at work, baby. Just clip that bridged the wrong way and went flying. Was it Control W? Reset. Just resets the state of the car, doesn't reset its position. That's okay. I can also affect that. Node here. Probably get a better vantage point. Go. Yeah, there we go. Car might still be damaged, but hey, at least we're back on 4 wheels. Camera does try its best to keep following the vehicle if it's like behind. So like if your car is turning, then the camera will also rotate ever so slightly so that you'll still have that sort of behind the back view or whatever view you're using. Ooh, okay. No rewind function in BeamNG, so if I fall off that cliff, well, that's it. Ah, there it is. That must be the destination. Ah. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Now that's a scenic shot if I ever saw one. Yeah. Alright. Well, I'm plenty relaxed now. Yeah. Still a lot of BeamNG left to discover, so I'll probably take another look at this if we need. I just need another night to kick back and relax and drive around, or maybe I'll check out some of the other stuff too. Who knows? There is a rewind. So, all right, let's just check the control. Here, bindings, search bindings. I like how they have the search functions, like so many controls. For recover vehicle. Insert, control, insert. Yeah. Wow. But there's a lot of controls. So many controls, they have a search for it. Pretty fun. Okay. Well, in any case, I think I'll call it here. That has been a look at BeamNG.drive. Relaxing. Definitely like the damage model. Yeah. Alright. Well, in case that will do it for this stream. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back on Friday to continue Pentiment. Third act there, so dive into that and see what the conflict of that act will be. For now, I will rest. Alright, let's see what's on. This keeps getting bigger every week. Books to choose from. That also leaves me with a bit of a decision paralysis. Like, boy, who do I do this time around? Okay, I think I picked. I have someone to. Let's go say hi to Niflheim. They are playing. We driving? Yeah, we were driving. We were driving for about 2.5 hours. We explored most of USA, well, at least the USA maps they had. Some of Italy. Went to this jungle island. Now we're about to raid someone. So, anyways, go say hi to Niflheim. They're playing Ender Lilies. That's a game I actually have on the list to play at some point in the future. So, yeah, that'd probably be fun. Why not? After some relaxing driving, getting some intense 2D combat / platforming action here. All right. Yeah, if you're joining in the raid, should a raid message be? Let's see. BeamNG.drive. Why not? Driving to your stream. Hey, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. We'll say we're driving to their stream. Playing BeamNG, right? Yeah, thanks for that, Sunpunk Forever. All right, so yeah, if you're joining in, if you're joining in the raid, say hit them with driving to your stream. Otherwise, have a good rest of your night. I'll see you Friday.